Yo, what's good? What's good? It's been a minute. So, give me for this video. It's not gonna be highly edited. It's gonna be pretty raw. This is gonna be both for y'all educational purposes and me kind of getting back into this YouTube kind of content. I just told myself, like, bro, I cannot go all 2022 and not post a video. You know what I'm saying? So it's been over a year, but at least I ain't go fully through 2022 without one. So it's gonna be some buzzer beater ball type, buzzer beater type shit. So with that being said, this video right here is just a simple video where I can show some of you guys how to create your own BOL. Because as we all know, or if you don't know, a BOL is what you absolutely need to get paid in this truck game. Like if you don't have a BOL, then you submit that to, most of us are gonna have a factory company or whoever it is for you to get paid. That's literally your payment ticket. The shipper know that, the receiver know that, the broker know that, but the majority of the time, if you get a load, you're not gonna get a BOL. Some might get you one, you know what I'm saying? But for me, knowing what could be a major problem, but a simple fix, I just go ahead and create my own. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. This is how you're gonna create a BOL off the rate confirmation that you did. So I'm gonna show you guys a few rate cons and we just gonna use that information, transfer to the BOL, and I'm just gonna show you exactly what I did for every single load and not a single payment issue with any of these. And it's all you kind of gonna need. So that being said, let's jump right into it. All right, so right here we have a bill of lading, which is what a BOL is. It's a plain blank sheet. You can get this off the internet. This is exactly where I got this from. All I did was type BOL PDF. Just make sure it's an accessible one so you can always edit it. So right here, as you can see, blank, this is all the information that's needed. Just blank, you got your shipper information. We're gonna input that in, bill of lading number, shipper, receiver information, the carrier information. That's gonna be you guys, whatever your company is, your scat code, depending on, if you guys use that, depending on type of freight, the kind of logistics that you actually do, and then the broker information, and then any kind of special instruction. Down here is where you put, the pallet information and just stuff about the load that's necessary for, that way it matches up the rate con. So when you do turn this in, it matches up with everything. Because what I used to do when I turn in, I would always turn in my rate con, the BOL, and a picture of my load. That way when my third party factoring company saw that, they seen right then everything matched up, at least to the best of their ability. It was super easy when it was vehicles, but the freight, as long as they match it up, everything in the grade, you'll get paid within 24, 48 hours, just depending on your kind of factoring company. So I chose 3 of my previous rate cons. They all got kind of different scenarios, so I'm gonna explain each one with that, and we're gonna input it in and go from there. Let's go over this first one. So this first one, this was a company called Freight Management. They who gave me the load. Talked to this guy named Kevin. And it was for one of my drivers. Apparently he was in Indiana, and I basically shipped it to Georgia. This is a beautiful load. It was a military load, which pays extremely well. As you guys can see, if you look at the description, like we talking about a 2,000-pound load. Weight is something you really want to pay attention to when we're talking about loads, because they'll put the weight on, like the company broker, whoever, but a lot of times that's not always accurate. I'm still gonna put that weight in and say, that's what it weighs. But when it comes to things, when you get more familiar with freight, especially with like hauling cars and stuff like that, you can always look up that weight and you can get a better bargain, because a lot of these guys just be throwing shit like just random weight out there. And that's not good. Weight's wrong, weight's too heavy. You can overweight your driver, which damage to the trailer. You can be overweight, period, burning fuel, all kind of stuff. So it's something to pay attention to. You just got to double check too with the broker and the shipper because I don't know if you can see, but that Conestoga trailer, my guy just had a hot shot flatbed, but they put that there, so you got to make sure certain things are correct if you're gonna double back, because these things get you denied if you don't have the right equipment. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and just input the information that they gave us. So going back here, what's first? One, let's put the date. The date, of course, is gonna be the date of arrival of the BO. So the date that they arrive for this load is the date that you want to put on the BOL to match. So they're to be there 10:08, 9 a.m. time. You want to pay attention to all these things. So let's do that. Then wait, 20. That's just when it was. So leave it alone. So ship from, this is all we're doing is putting the shipper information, just this part right here. All we're doing is copying and paste. It's literally it. Copy paste. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put it. All we doing. Just like that. I'm not gonna shoot that. Yeah, I don't know what this SID number is. For me, all I ever do is put contact. I put contact and then I'm going right back. Boom. Forgive me, man. I gotta get me a wireless mouse. Oh my god, just keep that. See, I'm steady. All right, there we go. That's all the ship information you need that matches the Raycon, right off rip. If something looks funny or fishy, always go Google, look up a minimum and find some other kind of contact and put it for additional information. But usually you won't need all that. Most likely your truck's not gonna be the only truck kind of there. So, with that being said, when trucks get there, your driver's probably going to know what's going on, or somebody's going to be there to help him out. He's just going to fall in line with other drivers, even if he's the first one. So next, receiver information. We go below, do the same thing. So we doing same thing. A lot of times everything might not fit. You're just knock off, what I'm saying, what doesn't. So from here, we ain't gotta be, perfect. So like I said, all we doing is copy paste. Legit. Yeah, I gotta get me, bro. I'm totally suck at this. I can't. 1150 plus sandwich, bro. I can't. Yeah, so far so on. What was my address? I can't spell either. I can respond. It's kind of list, which you would like this month. So we're looking at okay. This address was crazy. You really had to look it up, but that's really what that shit was like. Yeah. So with that information, you're just plugging in the same thing. Onto boom, shipper, receive information done. And lastly, just for on that part, now we're going back up, we put in the freight manager's information. This is also the info, our brokers are used to match up with the rate con and know who gave us the loads. We're just gonna copy that same info Right there. You know what I'm saying? This is real quick, simple, easy. Like, well, we need no more. Yeah. Simple, quick, easy. And for me, like I said, it's not there. I'm gonna put that if Kevin got a phone number, like I'm gonna put that in there too. And I'll show you how, because it really doesn't matter where. I just put it in because they gave it to me. And we gonna put Kevin number. Oh, she's a class, Kevin. We go over to Mr. Kevin. You know, my baby. Boom. All your contact information is done. All you did was copy and paste. This little thing where it says special information. This is in case it's saying you need to have anything a certain way to get this low. Make sure it's not out of order. Whether that's your driver being there at a certain time, which we got a 9 a.m. Basically says that's when they would like him to get there, but it doesn't say appointment met or anything. So this I'm not telling my driver you have to be there. I would like you to be there on time, but they're not saying it's super mandatory, just letting you guys know, hey, they should be there. I used to tell all my guys, I try to get there on time or as early as possible. Y'all look good, y'all make the company look good, it makes people want to work with us again. But what is here is that the driver must be a U.S. citizen capable of passing security background checks. This is extremely important, especially in this case, because it's a military load. This is a military base. Um, they take this very serious. If you have an issue, which I did have a few drivers with records, and I had some drivers with clean records, I knew I couldn't just get this to any driver because I would be turned down immediately. And you don't want that, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that off something that they know. They're letting you know right off rip. It ain't nothing that you found out later. So they're letting you know right off rip. So right here, again, we are copying and pasting. That's what it's really not me. It's really computer. Yes. You want to put that right there? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right there. Everything else is pretty much same thing. So that BOL number, all I do is go to the low number. Stuff like this, again, this is primarily for like the shipper receiver. They just gonna sign this shit. Like that's it. This is for everything to match up. So when you send it to your factoring company, they go ahead and you'll be like, okay, everything cool, everything match up from ratecon, from BOL, you know what I'm saying, to the picture that you sent in. At the time, this company I had was 44 group. You know what I'm saying? If you got trailer numbers, this and that, you can put all that on there. It's just completely up to how you run your company. Y'all got trailer numbers, you put that, seal numbers, this and that, stat codes, you put that in. All this information comes more like just depending on, you know, how you run your company. Right here, customer order information, carrier information. I guess I kind of never really paid attention to most of this. I don't really use this. What I did was commodity description. This is where I'm putting my weight, and what I have. If again, I'm not doing nothing fancy. I'm going to see if they have a name for the product. They don't. What I do know is that there's 3 pieces of something and 1 piece of something, and these are the sizes. So this is exactly what I'm gonna do. It's copy this. Just like that. I know quantities over there, but man, again, it ain't that big a deal. You know, I did tell my God, bro, it's as simple as this. There ain't nobody hounding me about it. I ain't hounding y'all about it. Like, I'm just giving it straight so we can get paid. Then they was cool with that. So all in all, like I said, I'm gonna paste this and just the bottom, real general. Uh, like even though weight's over there, I'm just gonna put right here. Total weight. 1919. That's it. Like that's it. Everything else is, it was at least in my case pretty irrelevant. But straight up, like you just created your own BOL, like right off ratecon. Like if I go over here to print, I would email my guys, all that shit right there. That's how you're gonna print it. That's what it's gonna look like. You guys gonna get a signature sign, and it looks pretty similar to this. If not, I mean, it's the same thing. You add what you want in there. If you decide to put, tell your guys how much the lowest paying, you can do all that. I didn't put it in there and just off the strength to just like I'm already sending you an email how much you're getting paid for. That's just how I did it. So boom, that's it. Like super simple. Let's move on to another one. This right card. So I wanted to three because all of them gonna look different. You know what I'm saying? This person right here had a basic, you know what I'm saying? Truck stop has loads like this. If you get loads of truck stop and they use their BOL system, most of them look like this. Which makes it really easy to read because you get used to it. Some people have their own weird looking one and looks like this. So as long as you know the primary stuff of what you're reading, that's all that matters. So now I'm gonna go into this TTS one. As you can see, if you see over the equipment, like this says exactly what we had, which was a hot shot flatbed 40 foot. You do want to make sure the length is right. If you have drivers with shorter trailers, again, just double check. You gotta weigh to 10,500 pounds. You're running non-CDL. That's something to pay attention to because you're getting close to being, kind of close to overweight. So something else to just pay attention to. But right now, again, we just gonna plug in this information. And so I'm just gonna basically copy and paste over what we already did. So this happened before another driver, which is why I believe date's different. So pickup day 10/9/2020. It's kind of has this 8 to 14, which means no real appointment, but this time they probably do first come, first serve. So again, I'm almost telling my guys get there when they open, if you can. So if it is a way, at least you at the front of the lines in the back trying to get worked in and whatnot. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm sure. Tweaking. New day. So if you want, it's not like you have to go in order. It's already my what's the name? See how they gave us a carrier code. You really don't need all this. Like, so, I don't put that kind of stuff in, just stuff that's extra relevant. What is like, do I have a BOL number? What's not, I don't have a BOL number. And I'm looking at a PO number a lot of times. So that carrier code, I'm not gonna use that. If I have a PO number, that's usually what I'm gonna use if I can't find it. Oh, I'm tripping. Load number. Load number, BOL, that's top first. Use that first because you're creating a BOL. The load number is the load, a BOL load number, or they go hand in hand. But the next big thing is then like a PO if it's only one and stuff like that. It has to be a unique identifier. Yes, they have to see the number, go back and see that same number. If they see that, they're green. So load number, I don't know why I couldn't see that, but hey, it's 101-84370. That's what we're going with. And it's right there. Good. Boom. Boom. What else we got? I just go in order, man. I just go in order. Just, I might be skipping over this Chris Moat dude who gave me the orders. I'm definitely gonna put his name. Copy. TTS LLC. And then they input stuff be all over the place. Last person stuff was at the top. This person stuff at like, stuff real life be all over the place. You just gotta look for it. It's on there. I guarantee you. They got it. They got it on there again. But y'all just want it to match. Y'all want stuff to match up. So when they come looking for their money, and these people ain't paying. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of a factoring company is for if these people try to do some shady shit, and try to pay slow and say this one that. But that's the factory company problem. Factory company gonna pay you. You give up that little, 2 to 4, 4.55%, depending on what you got in. I tell people get in where you can, start negotiating or whatever later. Uh, because when you new, bro, ain't nobody really gonna message you like that to be giving, 1.5, 2% like that. But and get in when you can. And from there, that's where you start, making your bread. But again, that's their problem. They gonna go pay on the boys for that money. These factories gonna pay you. A lot of them do like credit worthiness investigation and applications and stuff to make sure it's a trustworthy company. Most of them are, some are not. I had some people that kind of deny my loan. I mean, my broker, their broker was kind of shady, stuff like that. So, this this pickup time, I'm trying to see. I'm gonna tell my driver, I'm gonna input everything else, and I'll show you what I'll put that in, what I put it in the special information or not. Here we go. We just back to plugging shit in. We just plug and get it in. That's it, and it's that simple. Again, you gotta have it. Drivers on the road, they not gonna make it. I mean, if you don't feel like making it, you can send them blank copies and have them write it in. But for me, bro, this is the least of my problem. Guys on the road, what they gotta do is they can meet some money. Just at least I could just send them this kind of stuff and let them know, like, hey, I got you covered. On the BOL, all you gotta do is, what I'm saying, file so we can print and get it. A lot of times when they would get to the shipper would allow them to just print right there. I had one driver, I even helped him find a printer for his truck. And shit, he was printing right there in his truck. He had it waiting, they'd be there. And he'd be like, bam, paperwork. Straight like that. So you can't beat that. That made him look really good, really attractive to what's like. So tell me why. You gotta pay attention. You moving too fast, you doing 3 or 4 loads at a time, you can put stuff in the wrong place. I'm doing all this. And look, that's the pickup information. I could be sending my guy to the wrong place if I would have switched that kind of stuff up. You gotta pay attention, you gotta go to sex. So I'll cut all that. Everything in the right place. I'm glad that happened real time, believe me. Late at night, over there, bottom is not line. All right, cool. Let's go down to the shipper information. Like right now, I need to shut it up. Bro, this shit is bad simple. But again, not having this could be the difference in you really not getting paid. And what's crazy is like you might mess around, the shipper let you pick this up, BOL, and the receiver let you drop, BOL. Mess around and try to send it to your factory company, try to get paid for it. Shit. Try to send it to the same people who know they get say this was a direct shipper, not even bro. Say it was the people who gave you the load, like the shipper is who you picked up from. Try to send it to them with no BOL, signed BOL, and they know you picked it up from them. This shit probably had a name on it, tag. Watch them give you the biggest runaround if still not paying you. Like it could be like that, because believe me, I've had my ordeal with non-payments and dealing with that. That's why I will always stress trying to use a factoring company. I'll be like, let them have that because, yeah, people can get shady, bro. Like for real. All right. So delivery instruction. You want to look at your pickup and delivery instruction. This what's most important, what goes into the special instruction. Anything else small that I feel like my driver should know about, I'll put down there with the equipment pieces and whatnot. But before we get to the necessary, tarps are required, which means they want this load covered. So I'm gonna tell my driver like, hey man, you gotta use tarp, and with tarps, this is something I would usually ask for extra money on the load for because tarps take time to do. It depending on how large the load is, tall, wide, whatever. Tarping can take anywhere from like 30 minutes to like 2, 3 extra hours. And that just depends on how the weather is out there. So, and usually if places want that's hard, like it's because they know it's gonna go far in difficult weather conditions. So, I for sure be asking for the extra money. Um, yeah, and again, I'm talking about I'll ask for at least like 2, 3, 400 dollars extra just if my guy got a target. But I usually claim we charge like 100, $150 an hour to do that. Might seem excessive, but tarping ain't easy at all. And it's wear and tear on the tarp. Um, so like you can literally lose a tarp off one load, tearing it up depending on how it's with tarp when it goes through. So I'm gonna make it worth my driver while to get paid for doing it, but also get some money on the back end of the place and start. So yeah, so tarp required. Please call if you have any questions. You load the shit. We appreciate the call when you load it. You know what I said? I always know these brokers want to know what my guys get. Also, my guys send me a load, saying that they loaded. Boom, I'm already sending that to the broker, whether they say this or not. And it's always appreciated. They like being updated, they like stuff like that. They don't want to just be guessing because they trying to run a business too. So delivery instruction, no appointment required. They gave me a time, which is pretty much open. Again, please call within 24 hours with any questions, this and that. We will require a copy signed of BOL upon delivery. Very important. Why is very important? Because your ass ain't getting paid without it. You're not getting paid without it. I'm telling you, that's why they just said that just like that without kind of trying to say it. But yeah, it's ain't getting paid without that. So to me, only thing here, let me not forget to put this on 3 piece of meat. There we go. Um, what should we do? My oven just kind of kicking my ass. I got it warm in the house. So drain. Water is better. Yeah. And put it over here. Yeah. You make it look nice, saying what they said that way was. I believe it was 10,500. You know, short, sweet, right to the point. Um, Straight up, let me go know, like, man, probably don't want to do it, but it gotta talk that bad boy, man. So I put it in cap too, because they gonna act like they ain't know, but it's talk. But they gonna act like you got some guys who gonna act like they didn't know. You gotta talk. Sorry. And again, now just going back, double checking everything was good, and boom, that's that's your second BOL. How many trucks you got a day, who's dropping, like you might be making like 3, 4, 5 of these a day, especially on a Monday. If you guys, have a load over the weekend, everybody's dropping on Monday. Uh, so yeah, boom, that's your second one again. We're gonna go to print. We're gonna look at it's like when they try to see what it looks like. I love man. Right. That's it. And that's all you need. Ain't no fluff, ain't no extra method. Like, look, I even have my company that it just has to be there. Like it just has to be there. And then you gotta get some signatures on that thing. You know what I'm saying? They gotta sign. Every now and then you might get away with that, but that's something I don't, man. Don't just be like, oh, I had it and don't have my signatures. Make sure they sign that, boy. All right, moving on to the next one. We got Eagle Rock. As you can see with these guys, they didn't even put much information. Um, oh, they're the pump track. Okay, cool. All right, so moving to Eagle Rock. I like this one because they mess around and put the miles on there, so it's about 1,000 miles. We gonna double check that. You know what I'm saying? So for now, let's go ahead and put in the info we need. Start from the top. We gonna pro number or whatever number, bro. We don't see no other number, and this is the biggest, boldest number. So it's about to be our number. You know what I'm saying? Right to the match, quick and easy. We ain't gonna make our freight company, our factoring company work that hard. For what? Right there. Appointment. It says appointment date, and as you see, no time. So, bro, that's all day. Yeah, so, whoa. He's bad. I believe it's some sort. Whoa. Why is it like that? That's crazy. 3 4 4 7 0 8. Someone like that. Looks like I didn't even know there were Chinese over here. Oh, I want to feel nobody. I didn't know it was form 3 4 4 7 0. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna do this, man. Sometimes it's like that. So I'm again glad this shit happened in real time. Sometimes niggas like that. So what we doing first? Earth rentals. This is in Beaumont. I know where they are. I remember this road. So even though Beaumont ain't completed, I don't know where the boys is at. Well then Beaumont down there. So y'all see 30 to 40 what's going on. And it's crazy. I take on this. That's what I'm about to do. With my folks watching it. Hey man, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm gonna try to drop some more with us. I promise you, 2023, I'm gonna be a whole lot more active for sure. I gotta keep myself, motivated with this. I gotta keep going because I know this information is really important. I've been seeing a lot of people who uh, have been misinformed or just simply don't know. So they were misinformed and they just jumped out there before they knew. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to really help a lot of people out, give them some game that I learned along the way for the road, and just whoever I help out, it can be a blessing too. That's what I'm gonna try to do. So please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, like hit me up. I'm here. 84222. I'm telling you, 84222. I said it to myself a couple times. All right. Go down last things. Sure. We gotta do nothing extra. Um, if you ever, think of something seems fishy or something, you can look, look up these places, see if the address is verifiable. That's something like we about to do that right now because they gave us the miles 9.99, bro. We about to do that to see, you know what I'm saying, if what we about to do about this payment because if that's off, and you got to give them a little window, 50 miles or so, something like that. But let this be greatly off, and we're gonna have a problem. So we're gonna double check. If it's not, we're gonna leave it alone, especially if our first time. We're gonna try to work with them. But yeah, if we got a wide margin, we're gonna have an issue. 4291 Williams Road. Man, shit, they just added my song. He would have been done with it. It's all good, man. I fuck with y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. That's still on Florida. There's a 59 to where there's can't be number 9. Commentary. Ray Lane. One of my driver. One of my driver. Sorry about that boy. We're gonna get into 239 734 0552. All right, and now just for Eagle running the phone, which is Eagle Wild Trade. Yeah, I believe them goes to Texas. Eagle Point. I think they got a lot of them. I think one of them was Texas, Eagle Point, Oregon. I'm not always a sticker about grammar and what it's not, but I kind of am when it comes to trying to match this stuff up. 97524 because you need it to match to the best of your ability. You might get that one, you know, asshole would that be like, oh yeah, that ain't mad, it's that 6524. Or that company might try to use that to their advantage to not pay you. So like, I don't remember that low what. But they what they said, they might send a ratecon and it might not match up. You know what I'm saying? Like people shady, bro. And it'll piss you off and it's like, man, what I need to deserve to not get paid. You play with my money. 2 pump trailers, 13,000 pounds. Put that down here. Yeah. No, the right button. Uh, 13,000 pounds. So all the information was correct. Everything is cool. We had special instructions to double check. We must provide notice prior to that, you know what I'm saying? They said they even got to, but some of the stuff I will anyway, get 24 hours notice, delivery time, failure resulting in unpaid wait times. Like, man, a lot of this stuff, bro, that they ain't really, they don't really be on that. They say that just to say they ask for like detention pay and shit like that. Disclosure of rate to shipper receivers, telling them the rate will result in rating justice, and they'll call and say, hey, we ain't paying y'all that money if you get information. Fail to follow instruction for contract result in rate reduction. We must receive bill of lading to process your payment. I guarantee you they didn't send me one, but they gotta have one. And this is why I made this video, because as you can see, simple. I'm just putting shit down and writing stuff. Like that's it. They gotta have that. You know what I'm saying? They got to. You gotta do it to get paid. Imagine doing all this work, driving all these miles, and they're not trying to pay you. So you gotta have that down for sure. Like that. Oh yeah. Last you pretty much especially if you make sure all this is bullshit fluff. There's not really nothing too special about this. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and put my boy on the weight. So I'm gonna say the reason also I want to send this to my driver. So if my driver has a 30 foot trailer, this 28 feet, it's gonna take up pretty much everything. I'm gonna go ahead and put 28, 8x6, 9x6. Not 20. It's 28 by 8 6 by 9 6. So let's put that in there right quick. And I'll do this for some guys are slow, they won't really realize what I'm saying, what's going on. They and this is kind of like, this might not be this height, you know what I'm saying, but we're gonna put it in there anyway. So they know with at least experience, lower or smaller, the better. But also like I was saying, if this is 28 feet, my guy has a 40 foot trailer, 45 foot trailer. Now you got more real estate on the back end, the front end, whichever side you put this on, to put, you can load up another partial. But now this is just what I want to show you. We gonna validate whether old boy was telling the truth or lying with these miles. So what we gonna do, we're gonna copy. this address. Then go to Google Maps. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna copy over address. All right. So like I said, in my Google Maps is unless we're going to Atlanta up there, we're looking at 1,038 miles. It is like why is that option there? That's crazy. Hey, don't mind me though, I was just being honest. But 1,038 is basically saying that about 40 miles out. We're gonna let that happen. We're gonna let it hang, at least especially just the first part working on it. That is a lot of weight for the extra miles. So it's something I mentioned. Being like, we put in the quickest way and we still ended up 40, 50 miles over yard. So I'm gonna let them know. But for now, we can leave it alone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Any extra info, that is what I missed. I got the other broken name and stuff on here. Let's change that real quick just so y'all can see it matches. It's a map. Sean Shoemate is this person. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. I'm gonna do the extension to I'm gonna just put it just in case. Oh, that's it. I'm going over the current. Hey, yeah, we just made 3 BOLs, but like 30 minutes, 30, I don't know, but hey, they ain't bad. We got them. Like, that's all you gotta do. You do this, hey, get paid. All you do is turn in your face. So when they review it, takes them about a day, or so. They could be fast if it's not. That's it, man. Like that's it. That I made this video so y'all don't have to struggle with stuff like that. It's kind of simple again. If you need the link, yeah, y'all can hit me up for a link to a BOL, but if you need to go in Google and type BOL video, I mean I can do that for y'all too, just so you can see it's really that easy because it's different type of that look like that, but so let's do BOL. Temple, let's look at that. They have a whole bunch of them. And you just find like, let's see what we can find. You're gonna have to, that ain't it. So, you're gonna have to kind of like get through the flow because there's gonna be some people that kind of want you to pay and stuff like that. Like, oh, look, this a perfect. It's a whole different type of BOL. But let me tell you why you don't want to use this one. You gotta make sure another company name and everything like this right here is accessible and whatnot. I mean, if you want to put a stamp on it, but I choose not to use people whose company information on it because all this other fine print, you got to make sure, they what's that? What's that need to draw over, but you gotta make sure they ain't trademarked and getting none of that some stuff for this. But you gotta make sure like they stuff is over here, stuff is right here, phone number down here. Nah, I'm gonna pass. It might have been online for free, but we ain't gonna mess with that. Let's keep looking. I just want to show you how it is. How I found mine. So it's not that hard. Um, it's just not that trucking has got to be sold popular. So many people talk like putting it on there, paying for the ad, so that pops up first. But you absolutely do not. Free viewers. Let's see, video. That phone looks just like mine. You really can get the phone like that. So I'm just kind of doing this to show y'all. Look, bro, like it's about to let you fill it out and everything. Done, done. And as soon as you finish, gonna let you download it. I don't know what's on right now. Yeah, and that's just PDF file, and that's just one. Y'all get to jazz. I was just trying to let you know, like, you just go on, find you one, you good. Like, it's so many DLL templates to look through it over. And you just find you one. And I mean, even if you do have to pay for one, if that's what you decide to do. Again, I didn't have to pay for mine. If you have end up paying for one, uh, yeah, let's see, I mean, it's yours. It'll be yours, and it's definitely worth it. Imagine tripping over paying, having to pay $2, $3, $5, $10 for a PDF document that's yours, or not being paid for a multi-thousand-dollar loan. Like, it's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? With all that being said, uh, truly appreciate y'all checking in with me. Like I said, we'll be doing a lot more of these. Please like, share, comment. Definitely let me know all things I can improve. I know I'm the best at these because I'm going to just trying to put myself in a routine against be shooting a lot more information out. Let me know what y'all want me to talk about for sure. Like, let me know what kind of information. I'm gonna start putting training information out there. And I know different type of trainers. I'm gonna start putting information about the different type of loans that are out there, the kind of brokers you want to be what you want to work with, how to rate negotiate, how to find your dispatchers, how to dispatch yourself, um, how to find your drivers, how to be transparent with them, how to be a good business owner and stuff like that. So just let me know what you guys want to know, and I'll make entire videos about it. Until then, check it out. Peace and love. Appreciate y'all.